Here we go. Look at me doing podcasts in the Doble's she shed. So here we go. All right. My garage is under construction. Joel's there right now drywalling the ceiling. So too bad I'm not there helping him. I'm busy. Okay. Thank you, Joel. There's no money, Joel, but you're going to have total consciousness. Okay, whatever. All right. Joel likes Caddyshack. So do I. Here we go. What are we talking about? Past, present, future. This is just another way of saying the same thing, right? Got to be present. Let's be present when we're training and playing, and why. And I've used terms like ahead of the cue ball and behind the cue ball. I talk about being present. I talk about, being calm, being focused, being calm so you can be focused, being a puzzler, like trying to solve the puzzle. That is pool while we're playing. And I was in a late lesson yesterday with a student, and I really realized that past, present, and future is what I want to talk about, right? Because this student is like reactive. So whenever he misses a shot, he reacts. It's fine. I've just been trying to work with him to not be reactive. And he's doing better. He's doing better, but he's still reacting, which is fine. This is life, right? We need to hear things many times, and we need to process through. And it might not be now. It might be in 6 months from now. It might be in 2 years from now that it takes hold. So it's no big deal. This is the new me. I'm a patient guy now. So super patient. I'm working on trying to be a better teacher. So I have like a little low-key teaching coach. She and I will do a podcast. We were supposed to do it this last week. Channing, my chiropractor, my friend, my student, and teaching background. I've mentioned her on another podcast, but she's helping me to learn how to teach better, and it just sort of worked out that way, right? So it's cool, and so now I'm learning how to be a better teacher, which is awesome. But through that process, I'm still teaching and watching and trying to pay attention to what my students are doing and where their leaks are and how they can improve. And the student is reactive. And basically, what happens when you react to a missed shot, you're in the past. And it's not always a missed shot. It can be missed position play. And this is very dangerous for a player. If you react to a missed position play just to react like a negative way or a ooh or a ah and all that, it's like it's anything more than just kind of like a ooh, okay, that's a little tougher than I thought it was going to be. I wish the cue ball's over here. I'm at peace with it. I move on. Now I'm present again. But if you react and then you go down for your next shot and you're not present and you're still sort of like in that reactive mode, meaning you have a heightened sense of awareness. You have your heart rate's gone up, you're flush, you're totally lost the moment. And then you think you're going to go down in this sort of, semi-bleary to bleary state and execute properly the next shot, you're kidding yourself, okay? And it's hard because if you don't have somebody looking at what you're doing and saying, bro, this is suboptimal, like you could do that for decades, right? Like I did it for decades and nobody really knew how to explain it to me. Like the physiology and the impact that it would have on my game. So it took many, 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 many years to figure this out. But now here I am, I'm trying to explain to you guys. And I'll just keep explaining a different way, like I say in some of these videos. And this is the explanation of why it, how it comes out in your game when you're playing, right? So a missed shot, a missed position play, a missed safety, an execution error. Once it happens, there's not really a lot of value in dwelling on it. You really need to get back present, okay, when you're playing a game or and then how do you do this? So how do you do it, right? How do you deal with the past? Okay. Well, you train. You train that way. And when you train, you understand there's a past, present, or future in your shots, in every shot you hit. And a missed position play when you're trying to hit a zone, like on these run out series. And for our members only, wink, wink, check it out. Might want to think about joining. There's a lot of 8-ball crush your league stuff in there about how to run out racks, how to analyze different position zones, how to train through these position zones. It's a personal training program on video with a lot of stuff laid out for people, and they're having great joy in doing it and fun, and they're getting success from it. And if you look at the comments of some of these, maybe the intro video I did, I don't know, I have so many videos, it's hard to find them, but for people. But anyways, I'm getting a ton of good feedback from these training series, and it's because it's awesome. It's a great series, so check it out. But anyways, when we're doing those training series and we're working through, we have this zone that we're coming from. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 different spots where we're going to go from one ball to play position to the next ball. And as an example of training, if I'm going to try to pocket the ball and play into this zone where these dots are and kind of all that stuff, that if I don't execute it correctly, if I got upset every single time I missed a ball that I was trying to shoot, or it didn't go perfectly into the zone the way I thought I was going to do, and I'm feeling frustration with the past, meaning I hit it, it didn't work, I'm frustrated about the past, about that shot. No, and then it's starting to build on me, and I start missing it 2, 3, 4 times in a row, and I don't move the ball closer, I don't readjust, I don't take a break and stop and start over and slow down and stay calm. My kid Ami came up with that. That's how he learns how to teach himself guitar. And if we don't, and Irene and I talked about that from a therapeutic standpoint and an optimal sort of approach standpoint. If you can't do that when you're training, you're never going to be able to do it when you're competing, right? So you train and practice doing that, so that brings you into the present moment. So if you're training and you're missing the shot or you're missing the position to get into the zone on those 8-ball runouts, the way to remedy that is to do those 4 S's, like I just said, and then also to realize that when you do that, you're more effective, meaning you do all that, you stop, you start over, you slow down, you stay calm, and then you set it up, maybe move the cue ball closer, maybe move the object ball closer to the pocket, and you build the shot. And now you're in this learning state, in this learning mind, and you're taking the information of the incorrect attempt, and you're using it in the present moment to solve the shot. Instead of holding on to, I can't get 80% on this or 60% and I'm at 50% and all that stuff. That's in the past, like if I shoot 10 shots and I have 50%, it's in the past. Like I need to look at that information and say, okay, I get it. I don't have it solved, but there's nothing frustrating about it. It's just giving me the information that will help me in my present state, which is trying to learn the shot. So I use that data and I take that data into the present moment, and then I just adjust what I'm doing at that point. Meaning I might move the ball closer, I might do those things that I suggested, or I might just hit it again and see, okay, I got my starting data point, right? Small sample size, 10 shots, but at least I know I missed it this way, I missed it that way. Where are my tendencies? Where am I at? See, this is all like bringing it into the present so that when I go down to fold and shoot the shot, I'm using that data to correct. I'm not using that data from a results standpoint to be locked in the past. Like, I can't get this down. I did it this way and I want it to be that way. And I wish it's like, then you're bouncing into the future. Like, I wish it was that way. I wish I was getting 80% or 100%. I wish I just looked at the pool table and I just ran the rack, right? And so I did a challenge, right? This is stories. You guys sometimes like stories. This will be a hero story. No, sort of, but not really. I did this challenge when I was back at the club for myself, and I was like, I just want to run 5 racks on camera. I just think that'd be cool. And I thought I could do it on a bar table, break and run, because it's a bar table, LOL, and I got a good break. So I'm like, yeah, if I do it, let's see. And so I just said, I'll just give myself a 2-3 hours, and I'll just turn the camera and I'll start running racks and see if I can hit a little 5-pack. I hate people calling packs. Douchey. Okay, so wanted to run 5 racks, and I low key thought maybe I could catch 6 or 7, because I got a good break and I know how to play this game. So, anyways, I start filming. Day 1, I think I ran like 2 at the most. Maybe I hit 3, but 1 or 2. And the problem was I was concerned about the future. It's going to be sick when I run 6 racks or 7 racks. That's a cool thing. I'll be able to post that up. Boom, boom, weight room walk, air lats, all that shit. And I'm like, okay, well, so I go in there and just like feral try to run racks the first day, and my brakes sucked, and I kept bleeping up with open racks, and I was shooting way too fast, and I wasn't feeling connected to anything, and I was like basically playing 8-ball on a bar table like I'd rather be doing something else. That was the video that dropped today or 2 days ago. And it just, so I look at that situation and I'm like, I am totally in the future. I am completely in the future, and I'm completely ineffective. I'm effective to the point where I can run, 30% of the racks, but on a bar table with good conditions, like good cloth, good cue ball, vacuum table, shine balls, whatever, but I would like to think I could do better than 30. And so I'm like, I left that day after like 2 or 3 hours, and I'm like, man, that was not very present. Like, I'm not very present here, and I need to fix this and try again. So I come back the next day, put the camera on, and got a little more present. Not completely present, still sort of like feral a little bit. Results. Told you I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm trying. That's why I keep when I keep saying 80% results, 80% focused on process, process, yes. Oh, I swore. Sorry, earmuffs, kids. And 20% on results, 80% on process, 20% on results. That's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm doing. So I don't just, I'm basically in that habit. But sometimes if I get into a little goal situation where I want to run a bunch of racks like that to post it up for training and for content, to try to promote the business and things, I'm like, okay, I got to do this, right? So then I catch myself getting out of that 20% results window, and that number starts getting closer to 80, and I'm like, okay, this is a disaster. I'm totally lost here, because the first day it was a shit show. The second day I came back and I got those numbers switched around a little bit, and I got a little bit more in the process. And so I'm like, okay, second day I think I ran 4, and a bunch of singles and doubles and some triples. And so it's like I'm probably closer around 50-60% of the racks at that point. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now I see I'm getting a little bit more present, because I was able to stop thinking about getting to my goal and 5 racks, which I can't even control. It has a lot to do with how the balls break. So I'm like, okay. So I get done for the day and I'm done. And I'm like, okay, well, that was better than the first day. And I'm more present. But I'm not present enough. Like, I'm still way on the future. Okay. And I might even be on the past a little bit. Like, I'm sort of dredging up like all my like bar table BS that I used to think. And I've done podcasts on stuff. I just didn't really look at bar tables that positively. So here I am, and I'm like, okay, I'm not taking this serious enough to execute at the level I want. Meaning I'm kind of stuck in the past, like, this isn't important to me. Blah, blah, blah. I got this I don't know, like attitude that I'm kind of not quite through, I guess, that I'm realizing when I'm doing this challenge, quote unquote. And then I'm in the future, So then day one probably got like a C for effort for like a process and whatever and then day two probably went for like a B. Okay. And I was like, okay, I'm progressing. I'm going better, meaning B for process, not results, but like how present I was. C to D the first day. I would say C plus to B the second day. And then I'd say, I think it was about the third day, I went in and now I had done it for like 5 hours and I had basically got through my nonsense. I got through my past stuff. I got through this future stuff. And I went in and I was like, you know what? If I really want to do well, I have to be super present on every shot, like really present. I can't be like just trying to get it over with and just post up these runs and I'm just never going to be able to make it happen if I don't get present, if I just stay in the past and I stay in the future of the goal. And so the third day I go in and I ran 11 out of 15 and basically didn't even touch a ball, whatever. I had one bank shot I missed. Otherwise I would have got 12 out of 15. I know I've told that story a million times, but anyways, 11 out of 15. So that's I don't know, what is that? 8 out of 15 would be 12. So 11 is like 7 something. So 70% break and run out, no ball in hand, just break, run, break, run. And so what I'm saying is I got present. It took me 2 sessions to get present. And so when I ran 11 out of 15, I got an A on being present. And my execution was probably an A. Honestly, that's pretty hard to do. And so, but it took me fighting past, present, and future, right? I was fighting to get present and I was struggling with the past a little bit and I was struggling big time with the future. And by the time the third day came around, I finally got myself in a spot where I was present and I just accepted the outcomes and I stopped worrying about running 5 racks and I just worried about shooting every single shot to the best of my ability. Instead of worrying about running 5, I just said, I am just going to shoot these shots to the best of my ability. And I filmed it. And then when I got done, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just ran 11 out of 15. That's pretty sick. And I was very present when I was playing. And you can, when I went back and looked at it, it was apparent that I was present because I was very, very, very controlled and detailed. And my brake was on because it was like, I wasn't present when I was braking. I was trying to brake too hard. And my timing was off. And the reason why is because I was in the future. I was thinking, watch this. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to run all these racks. And it's like, that's all future nonsense, right? Oh, shoulder. I'm sorry. That's like a tell. I get like this ache through my shoulder. I don't know what it tells you, but I got shoulder problems. But anyways, we talking about again? So that was it. So that was my present and future situation with doing that. And what I'm trying to suggest to you guys is that when you're training, it's important to look at the result, of course, right? That's why we keep track of, are we getting it to 60 to 80%? Because there's a couple of reasons why. It's showing a low-key mastery of the shot, the 60 to 80% number. It's also ensuring that we stay in a positive mindset. If I will not want to be hitting 30, 40, 50% shots for more than like 10 or 20 shots. If that's the most. If I can't get out of that shot to 60, 80% after 10 attempts or 20 attempts, I need to move it closer. I need to make an adjustment, right? Because the more that we get stuck in those lower success rate areas, the more we can get into the past. This doesn't work, just like it never worked before. Or we get into the future. This will never work. This will never work. This isn't working. I'm never going to get there. And we're not present, right? We're not learning at that point, and we're not doing ourselves any favor by beating ourselves up and telling ourselves it's never going to work. So one of the reasons why I say let's stay in a 60 to 80% success range is because then you'll be present. You won't be concerned about it not working or working. It'll just be working pretty much. And if you think that 60 to 80% success range isn't good enough for training and shooting shots and that needs to be at 100%, Well, you're delusional. Like that's not, you're hitting too easy shots at that time, right? And if you think that you need to live in that 50 to 30% range, then you're just being kind of like perfectionistic and not real, because you're going to be frustrated in that range. So I'm sorry, I'm just trying to talk about some of this stuff and I'm spamming you with some of these ideas. But the whole point is I'm trying to get you guys present. As when I train, I'm trying to be present. And if I'm worried too much about the future, I'm in big trouble. And so let's get to, like, that's for training. Okay, look, that's enough. Now let's talk about an actual shot, right? I talked about being in the past if you're missing, okay? Missing shape, missing the ball, missing whatever. Now, if you're in the future with the shot, when you're folded and this is a technical thing about how to play pool. If I have a shot and I'm shooting this 3 ball and I'm trying to stun up to that 13, okay? I need to design this shot with, where's my cue ball going to be? Where's my cue stick going to be on the rail? How's my angle? Where's the thickness, right? So I have some biomechanics. I have my thickness. Then I start designing the shot on the strike for stun, figure out my stun line, tip up or down accordingly. I design all that shot. I figure out where I want to strike the cue ball. Now I come down. I think about the speed, right? Based on thickness and energy transfer and all that stuff. Some spin's going to affect it. So I design the shot and go through the whole situation. Now, I visualize the shot standing up. Now, once I fold, right, and I get down in the shot, I have to be behind the cue ball up until that point quite a bit. But then once I fold and I'm down on this 3, I'm forward of the cue ball. And now once I kind of go once, twice, again, once I pull back and I shoot, I am not concerned about where the cue ball goes, because that is a future event. It's in the future from this strike. So really what I need to do is focus on, I trust this, okay, because this is all the past. All this shot design and where the cue is going to strike is all the past. Now, the present moment is trusting the past and trusting the future, okay? Basically, when you're shooting a shot. So your present is when you are all in on thickness, Jolie likes to call it, and you just pocket the ball. And the trust for the future is where the cue ball is going to go. And the trust for the past is the shot design, where it's going to go. You trust that your angle's right, that everything's correct, right? And that you understand the shot. So you trust this. By the time you strike forward, that's all trust. You can't adjust it. I can't force this tip to go down here because I'm totally not paying attention to what's going on with the object ball, and I'm kind of not trusting my past, right? And if I think too much about the 13 and get distracted, I start spraying this thing around and this connection of thickness around, and I'm too concerned about the future. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about, is like the past, present, future, like mentally how to approach the game, but actually within a shot and how you shoot a shot, there is a past, there is a present, and there is a future. And the past is everything that happens up to the past becomes the past once you switch back from me. You can do what you want. You want to be object ball, cue ball last, I don't care. Jason Cha shoots the cue ball last. It's like, if you want to do that, that's fine. All I'm saying is, if you're a cue ball last person, the past is everything up until once you push this cue ball through to thickness, that's the present moment. That this coming through your biomechanics, everything's in the past. Once you pull back, that's all in the past. Now we're pushing through with the present moment. And that cue ball position to that 13 is all the future. You can't steer that. You can't worry that away. You worry that to success. You can't, you just can't control that. So it's trust of the past, trust of the future, and focus on the present moment. And so that's for the shot, the way I play. When I'm doing well, and that's what I train. Okay, so I will train that way when I hit shots, and then overall, I gave you all my overall past, present, and future things for how to look at training and things like that. Now, there's a past, present, and future you can do for preparing for a pool tournament, or a match or a money match or something like that, right? And it's like past, present, and future. How do I get present? How do I let go of the past? And how do I just let go of the future and trust it? It's through acceptance. I accept that I may not hit this perfect. And that my past might not, the past stuff I did, it can just be in the past. And I accept that all of that work may or may not work the way I thought it would. Okay. And the only way to improve that is through more repetitions and practice and study. And then I trust the future, right? And I accept the future. I accept that I might miss the shot. I accept that cue ball might not go where I want it to go, right? So I have acceptance for where the cue ball is going to go, and I acceptance for where, how my cue got there. And I really focus on the present. And the present is, for me, the object ball overlap thickness and trusting everything else. So that's it. Past, present, future. Yes. Okay, well, a lot of talking. Hopefully it helped. Yeah, sweet. Thanks, Dobes. This is like super killer, man. And yeah, I hope I wasn't like showing any chest hair. I'm not, forget it. It's gonna be there. I got a lot of shit for wearing this today, this sweatshirt. Hopefully it looks okay on camera. Okay, I love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. And yeah, big things coming. Big things coming. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Big things coming with Jonathan and all this stuff. So yeah, it's cool. We'll see you. Bye.